Good morning, first graders, and happy Friday. So we are finishing up week 6, and next week we will be finishing up our remote learning. We will shorten our assignments a little bit next week, not a ton, but we won't do a couple things next week as we kind of wrap all of this up. So we are going to go ahead and be working on our tests today. We will do a Scholastic News that I'll show you, and we'll have one page in our phonics book to do. So let's go ahead and start with our street rhyme. So this one says, if we didn't have electric light, we'd be in darkness every night. If it wasn't for the telephone, we'd often sit at home alone. And if there was no elevator, we'd reach the top floor much, much later. All right, so today we are going to look at a story that is going to be talking a little bit more about our inventions and about things that happen with our inventions. So today we're going to look at a story that says Boy Invents Toys. Okay, so Boy Invents Toys. Now in here you have a couple of amazing words, which I put somewhere. There they are, sorry. So there's a couple of amazing words that we have not talked about. So we haven't talked about sketch and speech. So today as I read Boy Invents Toy, I want you to listen for those two words, and we're going to talk about them. Now, yesterday in our story, we heard these two words because we talked about how Alexander Graham Bell used to sketch his invention ideas, and then also we talked a little bit about speech because it said he's taught speech. Okay, so he taught some things about sound and speech and things like that. So I want you to listen, but this speech today is going to be different than yesterday's. So this one says, Boy Invents Toys. So it says, Richie Stachowski's wet and wild inventions are making waves in toy stores. Richie Stachowski, 14, got a big idea when snorkeling in Hawaii with his dad 4 years ago. I was seeing cool things like weird angelfish, turtles, and eels, Richie remembers. He wanted to point the critters out to his dad before they swam away. But going to the surface to talk was way too slow. At the surface, Richie asked his dad if there was a way to talk underwater. When his dad said no, Richie decided to invent an underwater walkie-talkie. He made a few sketches in the family's hotel room that night. Then, when his family got home to California, Richie researched how sound travels underwater. He began experimenting with everyday things, from soda cans to rolled up sheets of plastic. He used $267 he had in a savings account to buy supplies. So in that paragraph, you should have heard the word sketches. So in here it says he made a few sketches in the family's hotel room that night. So sketches are simply just drawings of your ideas, drawings of what you want to create or what you want to make. So what do you think his sketches were about? Well, obviously his sketches were about the walkie-talkies because that's what he wanted to create. So probably he has some pictures of what underwater walkie-talkies might look like. Okay? It says some parents would not be happy if their kid emptied out a savings account to fiddle around with cans underwater. But Richie's mom, Barbara, is an inventor too. We thought Richie's product would be really successful, she said. So successful means it would be really popular and it would be something that people would be interested in. Okay, Richie tried out about 100 different designs for his underwater walkie-talkie. His dad helped him test them in neighborhood swimming pools. After about 3 weeks of hard work, Richie finally had a design that allowed two people 15 feet apart to talk underwater. Now Richie was ready to sell his water Takis. But how? We went out and looked at different stores, Barbara remembers. We picked 5 or 6 that we liked. We started at one store because it was Richie's favorite. Richie looked at the phone number of the buyer, the person who chose the toys and games the store will sell. In one of his mom's reference books on inventing, his name was Chuck Miller. Richie called Miller to ask for a meeting. Was he scared? I was only 10, Richie says. I was too young to be scared. Miller was impressed. Pool and water toys, he explained, are pretty much the same year after year. Rafts, floats, beach balls. Richie had something that was different, says Miller. So I jumped at the chance. He invited Richie and his mom to the store headquarters in New Jersey to tell him more about water Takis. I gave the sales speech, Richie remembers. He showed off his package design, discussed prices and other details, and explained when he could deliver the toys. The wheeling and dealing went on for 2.5 hours. Whew, that's a long time. So in that paragraph, you should have heard speech. So he says he gave the sales speech. So that means he is the one that talked in order to try and sell his walkie-talkies to this designer that would possibly put them in their toys or in their stores. Now, when I think about a speech, I think right now some of you have given kind of like a speech when you have presented your ocean animal projects. So a speech is just simply when you're talking and teaching somebody or trying to sell something to somebody. So it's when you're talking in front of people in order to either teach them what you want to have them learn or showing them what you're doing. Okay, so most of you have done speeches on Flipgrid for me during this remote learning, and you guys have done an amazing job. Okay, so it says near the end of the meeting, Richie showed Miller a fish tank with a water Taki inserted in on one side. Richie talked through the water Taki while Miller listened through a stethoscope pressed to the glass. Can you hear me? Richie asked Miller. Miller said, "Whoa, this is great." When the dealing was over, he placed an order for 50,000 sets of water Takis. Back at home, Richie hired a businessman to find a factory to make the toys and help run his new company. Meanwhile, Richie drummed up more sales. And while kids across the country were discovering water Takis during the summer of 1997, Richie came up with 2 new toys. The following year, he brought out the Aquascope, which is a pool periscope, and the Bumper Jumper Water Pumper, a float with a water blasting paddle. Recently, Richie decided to sell his toy business so he could focus on school and sports. He wouldn't tell us exactly how much his inventions brought him, but said almost all of its earning interest in the bank. He added that he spent $400 and gave $1,000 to charities that support kid entrepreneurs. I don't need the money now, he explains. Plus, he says, he's not in it for the money. He just loves to invent. So he was able to make some inventions when he was really young, and then he continued to work on that for a little while. All right, good. So today, before we start our test, we're going to do that one last page in our book that we have not done yet on adverbs. Okay, so we're going to be on page 584 with adverbs. So we're going to do adverbs really quick, and I'm actually going to come down here. Maybe this will be a little bit easier. And then we will go into our device and take our test on Alexander Graham Bell after I kind of go over our skills really quick and our high frequency words. Okay, so let's look at adverbs. So it says fill in the circle by the adverb that tells when or where, because remember that's what we're working on. But remember, adverbs can tell when, where, or how. Okay, so it says Maya and I built our invention yesterday. Okay, so which one tells our adverb of when or where? So if you remember, yesterday would be when. So I would fill in the bubble down here for yesterday. Okay, number 2. We made it upstairs in my room. Okay, so remember when or where. So where were they? They were upstairs. So upstairs would be my adverb. Okay, because it's giving me more detail about where his room was. Okay, we had to start over often. So when or where? Would that be had, start, or often? So often would be my adverb. So I'm going to fill in that bottom bubble. Sorry. Okay, number 4. Soon we figured it out. So when and or where? Soon, figured, or out. Okay, it would be soon. Okay, and then number 5, it says next, we showed our parents. So what would be our adverb? Our adverb would be next because it's telling me when. Okay, so you should have filled that page in for me and done that page for me. All right, good. So I'm going to go back up. All right, so up here, we're going to go over our skills really quick and our high frequency words so that we are ready for our test here in just a minute. So first, our first 5 questions are going to be based around our high frequency words. So we have the word built, early, learn, science, and through. Okay, so those are going to be our high frequency words that we're going to be talking about in our test today. Then the phonics skills that we're going to be working on are going to be that AW, which is the vowel sound in ball. So it says ah. Okay, so we have hawk, law, draw, and fawn. So again, that AW is in the middle or the end of words. Okay, then we have the AU that also says ah, like in audience, sauce, launch, and August. So that AU can be at the beginning of the words or the middle of the words, but it's still going to say that ah sound like in ball. Okay, and then the second thing that we talked about, sorry you couldn't see all of it, is our digraphs and diphthongs. Okay, so remember those are just the skills that we've learned how to read and understand. So for example, oatmeal. We learned about that OA that says O. Okay, the EA that can say E or eh. So we have to try it with both ways if we're not sure. Okay, then we have rainbow. So we have the AI that says A. Then we have the OW that says O. So these are those skills that we've been working on this whole time. Okay, then we have mailbox. Again, we have that AI that says A. Okay, and then we have toothbrush. We have that OO that says oo. Okay, toothbrush. Okay, so it's just using those skills that we've learned and putting them into compound words and 2-syllable words and how do we sound those out. All right, so some of our 5 questions are going to be about our phonics stuff. Alrighty, so I need you to go ahead and get your device, okay, is for to take our test. Remember, you're going to go to Skyway. So if you put Skyway in, you're going to come to our website. Okay, from here, remember, you're going to go to Useful Links. Then I want to go down to General Links, and I'm going to click on General Links. Then I need to scroll past, whoops, I'm up on that part. I need to scroll past all the remote learning stuff. And then I'm going to go to this logo right here, which is that Cheyenne Mountain logo that's our login. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, then that's our portal login. Remember, you're going to put your username and password. So I'm going to put mine while you guys put yours. Okay, so mine's thinking. There we go. All right, so remember, we're going to go into the P for Pearson. So we want to go into that P for Pearson. I'm going to move my screen, I think. can't remember if it's forward or back, sorry. All right, so I'm going to go into the P for Pearson. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time holding this today for some reason. Okay. So mine's thinking still. All right, so then I need to go to Pearson Realize. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on Pearson Realize. Okay, then I want to go into the middle one, Classes. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to find, it should be up on top, but I'm going to find week 5 test online. And I want to click on that. Now your guys' is going to go right to another one that says week 5 test online, but I've got to go to something a little bit different. So yours guys should have just popped up again, week 5 test online. That's just to make sure that you're in the right spot. And we're going to click on week 5 test online. And then you should come to this page that says start. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to click, I can't find my mouse, sorry. We're going to click on start. And then we're going to look through our test. Okay, so this one just says high frequency, check, click the circle next to the word that makes sense in the sentence. So it says Marta walks blank the garden, like, through, or won. Marta walks blank the garden, like, through, or won. So click your answer, and then you're going to go to next. So mine just turned blue. So I'm going to click next. Remember, I don't answer. I just show you. I'm going to move. Sorry, guys. This might be easier for me on the floor. Okay. This one, it says, they blank the house. Built, look, or green. They blank the house. Built, look, or green. And I'm going to click next. All right, this one says, Pablo gets up blank for school. Away, little, or early. So Pablo gets up blank for school. Away, little, or early. Then I'm going to click next. Okay, this one says, Jen will blank to read. Learn, together, or laugh. And I'm going to click next. Okay, Dan likes his blank class. Eat, science, or have. So Dan likes his blank class. Eat, science, or have. I'm going to click next. Okay, this is going to go into our phonics skills, so that A-W-A-U, and then also our diphthongs and digraphs. So it says, we like to eat oatmeal. So this one, where is oatmeal broken apart in our syllables? Or where are my 2 words? So which one has oatmeal broken apart into our compound words? Okay, then click next. This one says, the boy saw a football in the park. Where does it show football broken apart correctly? Football. Okay, click next. Here it says, I saw my best friend last night. Which word has the same sound as the AW in saw? Call, sport, or shore? So which one has the same sound as the ah in saw? Call, sport, or shore? Okay, click next. Going the wrong way, sorry guys. This one says, auto is another word for car. Which word has the same sound as the AU in auto? Phone, hole, or yawn? So which one has the same as the AU in auto? Phone, hole, or yawn? Okay, click next. This one says, I have a striped cat with 4 white paws. Which word has the same sound as the AW in paws? Crown, cause, or roll. So which word has the same sound as the A-W in pause? Crown, cause, or roll? Click next. All right, so here's our story. I'm going to go ahead and turn mine to me so I can read our story to us, and then we'll answer the questions. So it says, how to grow flowers for your mother, which would be really nice because this weekend is Mother's Day. Okay, it says, first, set aside some space in the garden. Make sure the flowers will get lots of sun. Put the seeds in the soil. Then cover the seeds with a little more soil. After that, water the seeds. Water them every 2 days. If it rains, you can skip that day. Then watch the flowers grow. Pull up any weeds and throw them away. When the flowers are all grown, pick some. Take them into the house. Put them in a vase of water. Give them to your mother for a surprise. So I don't think we have enough time to do that for our mothers for this Sunday, but it would be kind of fun to maybe get Mom something special for her Mother's Day. Okay, so this one, it says, what is the first thing you need to do? Give your mother the flowers, scatter the flower seeds, or set some space aside in the garden. So what would I need to do first? Give your mother the flowers, scatter the flower seeds, or set some space aside in the garden. Okay, you're going to click next. Oops, I clicked the wrong button, sorry. Okay, number 2. So remember, we have to scroll down. So it says, what do you do after you pick the flowers? Take them inside and put them in a vase. Water them once every 2 days. Or pull any weeds and throw them away. So what do you do after you pick the flowers? Take them inside and put them in a vase. Water them once every 2 days. Or pull any weeds and throw them away. Okay, click next. Scroll down. Okay, this one says, what do you do what do you do just before you give your mother the flowers? Watch the flowers grow, scatter the flower seeds, or put the flowers in a vase. So what do you do just before you give your mother the flowers? Watch the flowers grow, scatter the flower seeds, or put the flowers in a vase. Okay, click next. Scroll down. Okay, this one says, what do you do while you watch the flowers grow? Cover the seeds with soil, pull up weeds and throw them away, or take the flowers into the house? So what do you do while you watch the flowers grow? Cover the seeds with soil, pull up weeds and throw them away, or take the flowers into the house? Okay, click next. And we're going to scroll down. This will be our last problem. So this one says, what is the very last step? Watch the flowers grow, let the flowers get lots of sun, or give the flowers to your mother. So what is the very last step? Watch the flowers grow, let the flowers get lots of sun, or give the flowers to your mother. Okay, click next. So when you come to this page, you're going to see all of yours should say answered. All of mine say not answered because I didn't answer any of the problems. But all of yours should say answered. If for some reason they don't, remember you can go to view question and click on that and it'll take you to the ones that on accident you skipped. Okay, and then you just have to scroll back through the test. But once you see that all of yours are answered, you're going to go to this bottom part right here in the black where it says submit test. Remember, if you do not submit your test to me, I can't see how you did. So you need to click submit test, and then that will show you how you did on your test. I'm not going to hit submit test because I didn't answer any of the questions, but you guys are going to hit that, and so then I can see how you did, and you guys can also see how you did on your test this week. Okay? So today you're going to make sure that you submit that test to me. And then the last thing that I have for you really quick is our Scholastic News this week. So our Scholastic News this week has this cute little animal on there. Kind of goes with some of the animal stuff we've done, not ours, but this one is called Forest Helpers. So it says, have you heard of tapirs? These animals have a big job. They help plants grow in the rainforest. So this year, you guys did ocean, but next year hopefully this time when we're at school, not at home, hopefully, you guys will do a rainforest project. So you'll do a project on a rainforest animal. So this will be really kind of cool that next year you're going to already have a little bit of information about a tapir, but you will do rainforest animals next year. Okay, so let's look on the inside. It says rainforest helpers, and it says tapirs live in the rainforest. They help the forest grow. So it says, as you read, think about how tapirs help the rainforest, because that's what we're talking about this week. Okay, so it says hungry, hungry tapirs. It says a baby tapir and its mom stroll through the rainforest. They are so hungry. Oops, sorry. They munch on twigs and leaves. They munch on fruit too. The fruit has seeds in it. The seeds go through their bodies and end up in their poop. Oh goodness. New plants grow from the seeds. That's a big help to the rainforest. So when they poop them out, they go into the soil, and then that helps those seeds grow. Okay? It says helping the forest grow. Tapirs eat a lot of fruit. They have many different kinds of seeds in their bellies. They walk all around the rainforest. They drop poop in different places. All kinds of trees and plants sprout up from the poop. So tapirs are really, really good at kind of spreading those seeds. And I think that little baby in that picture is so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, let's look at this next page. I just had to show you that because I think it's so cute. All right, on this one, it says, they grow in all the places where the tapirs walked and pooped. Tapirs in trouble. Oh no. It says, but tapirs have a big problem. People are cutting down the forest where tapirs live. They cut down fruit trees to build farms and roads. Tapirs can't always find enough to eat. Now, some kinds of tapirs are endangered. There aren't many of them left in the world. So before they ever become extinct, they become endangered, where that means there's not very many left. Okay, it says tapirs need our help. It says, what's the good news? People are working to make laws that protect the forest. That would give tapirs a safe place to live and eat. The rainforest gives tapirs food to eat. The tapirs help the rainforest grow. They need each other. So up here it says, go tapirs go. And it says, how do tapirs help the rainforest? So it says, 1, they eat fruit. These are palm fruits. Then it says they walk around the rainforest and poop. And then at the bottom it says, now plants grow from seeds in the poop. So we've talked at times in the classroom how I told you about compost piles and we learned about soil. But I've told you that how our cows, the manure from the cows or their poop, help soil become much richer. So there's people that would like to get soil that cows have we've created that compost. So sometimes that really helps in our garden and helps in things when we can add that to our garden to make it much better soil. Okay, so on the back it says a tapir's diagram. So it says a baby tapir is called a calf, so kind of like a baby cow. Okay, look at the diagram below, then choose the correct answers. So this is our calf, and it's information about our calf. And on this side, it's information about our adult tapir. So it says, the calf has brown fur with white stripes. I think they're so cute like that. It weighs about 15 pounds when first born. So they're not very big. Okay, and they have a long snout or a long nose. Okay, now the adult, it says it can weigh 500 pounds. They have a long snout and they're brown fur but with no stripes. So down here there's 3 questions that you need to answer about our tapirs and comparing the two. And then down here it says tapirs have short tails. This tapir calf is missing its tail. Dry on the tapir, then color the calf. So you can look up here for how they're supposed to be colored, and you can use your crayons to color that in. So I would like this turned into me, and this is the only thing your parents have to turn into me today. Okay, along with this, there are also those activity sheets that you're more than welcome to do. It's optional. I'm not making you do them, but there are 3 pages today. So there's the first questions. This back one's kind of fun. You color by the vowel sounds. So that one just might be kind of a fun one to do if you wanted to do something. And then this one, this is an acrostic poem using tapir. So this says, write a poem about tapirs, begin each line with a word that starts with the letter on the line. So I can use something, the T-A-P-I-R. It's up to you. Those are just funner activities that if you want to do them, you can. If you don't want to do them, you don't have to. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope that the weather stays kind of nice, hopefully. And make sure on Sunday to wish your mom happy Mother's Day and all of that. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.